balance. Myself, I've had a hormonal disbalance since my late 30s. I had what you call PCOS, and I could never get a straight answer of why this was. My hormones went crazy in my late 30s. I went to doctor and doctor and doctor. I had large ovarian cysts. I'm talking about just regular, like little spotting. I'm talking about clots, gushing, golf ball sized clots, bleeding from my vagina. I had to push a heavy machine in my job. And when I would push it up, the thing, I had to wear a white uniform, right? Well, I had to wear the purple or white and the white pants. The blood would just gush out of me, right? So this went on for a whole year, and literally I could not. My hemoglobin went down. I started getting wild and crazy dreams. I was crying all the time. I had a lot of emotional turmoil in my life. I had a lot of people that were getting sick. They were dying. I had a pubescent daughter that was 13 years old. Her hormones were crazy things, emotional factors. My hormones were out of whack. I had all this stress in my life. I had financial stress. I had all this stress. I was working, I was going to school, I was working 6 days a week, and then I had this hormonal disbalance, Still to this day, I have a hormonal imbalance. Yes, that is what's keeping this weight on my body. And if you look back on my channel, I am not eating. I starved myself for 2 fucking years on a bariatric low-fat diet. Right, that's right. And then I did another body hack. I did veganism, and I starved myself for another 12 months of fat, right? My chemicals in the food, our environment. Where is the next Rachel Carson? Look her up and look what the government tried to sabotage her career. She was the scientist who uncovered DDT back in the late 1950s. In 1964, she died. She died of breast cancer. Yeah, that's right. And the doctor lied to her, right? In those days, get this, it was up to the husband to get the diagnosis, not the patient. The doctor gave the diagnosis to the husband because the doctor and the husband didn't want to let Rachel know that she had terminal metastasized breast cancer that eventually went to her lungs and brain and killed her within 4 years. Luckily, she was able to prove the DDT. Now, I can remember riding my bike. We called them the fog spray man, right? We thought it was cool. We'd be riding in the fog, right? This chemical was spraying in the back, and we'd be riding our bikes in it. DDT. It killed the birds. It killed our worms. It killed everything, the bees and stuff. Luckily, Rachel Carson went to President Kennedy in 1964, I think, and DDT, through a lot of discreditation, they said she was crazy. Who knows? They might have sabotaged her and gave her cancer on purpose. Yeah, she got cancer, died. But luckily, she was able to, yes, remove the DDT, and it was banned in the United States. But guess what? Monsanto just renamed its product into Roundup. That's been sprayed all get estrogen dominant. All the men are they got these big knockers. Men are not men anymore now. If you want to be a man, or if you want to be a woman, or if you want to change your sex, hey, I'm cool with that, baby. I'm cool with that. But the people that want to stay in the same sex, I don't want to look like a man. I don't want to look like a man. I just want to be healthy and fit and strong. And I don't want all this estrogen adipose, because guess what? rid of that adipose, right? Because you can never get rid of it. Why are you putting it back in your body? Oh, yeah, because you want a bigger ass to look like Nicki Minaj or the Kardashians or whatever. Doesn't make any sense to me. I want to get rid of the fat. I want to be lean. I don't want to have all this extra estrogen floating around my body. Why? Because estrogen dominance causes cancer in women. Right. Exactly. Why do you think obese women have more cancer? Because estrogen. Estrogen is, you got the beta cell on the estrogen chain, and you have the alpha or beta cell. You have two receptor sites that are on the estrogen cell receptor sites, and they can bind to different things. That's what causes cancer. But then again, if you go to your doctor and you say, well, doctor, how did I get my cancer? Environmental. So I'm going to let link an interesting podcast. It will just blow your mind. You'll blow a gasket. And, it amounts to, you could really get to be to the point where you don't want to eat anymore. I grew up in the 70s. But now it's been customary. Everybody is obese. Go to the beach, right? When I go to the beach now, I'm just like almost normal. Women that are bigger than me, and I'm talking about body positivity, be comfortable in your skin and shit like that. But when you're showing a big ass with all kinds of cellulite and just a lot of titty showing and stuff like that, that doesn't look very nice. It really doesn't. It doesn't to me. Cover that shit up, but it's been body positivity, the fatter you are, the more obese you are, but guess what? You're going to get cancer. You will get cancer. It may take some time, and then you're going to be on the merry-go-round, taking all these pills, because Big Pharma, that's what they want. They want you to be a medical slave to the investors, that's right, to the whole paradigm than watching American Bandstand, right? That's where I learned to dance, right? And the thing about it is that if you look at their bodies, and they're just regular people off the street, they're not actors or whatever, look at their bodies. Go watch Soul Train. Go watch American Bandstand, and you will see from the late 1960s the way the bodies have changed, right? Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So it's been accustomed, that you're going to get fat. Like the doctors tell me, they're thin, they're tiny, and they eat all that rice. Why is that? Why is over in Japan, they're tiny, they have no disease, and what did they left off? The bomb, and they're still healthy. Why is that? Nobody can explain that phenomenon, right? So where are the Rachel Carsons? Where are the people that are going to stand up for these chemical companies and stuff like that? And if you got a baby at home, you better watch the doctor you're taking that baby to, because they're shooting the vaccines up. My grandson, which opened my eyes, right? The minute he was born, they told my daughter he needed a vitamin K shot and a hepatitis shot, right? Brain, right? Protect her brain. So she got delayed shots. But, so they're putting these poisons into these infants, right? Less than 10 hours old. Their immune system is not truly functioning, right? They're shooting them up. And guess what? They get autoimmune diseases. They get obesity. What? By the time they get puberty, they start getting breasts. They start getting autoimmune issues. They started to get obese. That is the next generation. If you have a baby in your arms right now, you better watch everything that baby puts in your body, because it's an assault on the immune system, and they're trying to make a slave out of your baby to make them a permanent customer for the medical system, for the I get the most likes on Facebook or Instagram or shit like that. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference because guess what? You got a lot of chemicals in your body, you're obese, you're going to be gone by the time you're 50. So, you know, how you live your life in your 30s, your 40s is going to determine how fast your ship goes down in your 50s or after. I met a guy that was 91 at the pool. He could speak, he could walk, he could talk. 91. I live in a 55 and over community. I talk to a lot of people. So, just my dogma. Have a good day. Off to race walking, and then I'm going to do my yoga, and then I'm going to do some bike, and then I'm going to do some more race walking, and 3 types of exercise today, and a little meditation, a little garden work. See you later.